All right, big fella, lead us off.
Well, I didn't really have much to talk about, if you can believe that. But I just kind of popped in my head when I was on my way home from work yesterday, I guess it was. I had picked up Evelyn from somewhere. I've got so much. My days are really running together. Like I feel like
February was a blur.
Even after my children like move on and start driving and everything like that, would it be weird of me to like create some sort of this is going to come out really weird, but like a children's taxi cab?
Yeah, that does
Came
out
out
weird.
just as weird as you probably thought.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would
You gonna drive a windowless van?
No, that's what I was going to say. I would
Free
make
candy.
sure
Puppies?
I would make sure that the van that had windows.
Okay.
Yeah, it would definitely have windows. And I wouldn't drive a van. It'd be more of like a mini bus, something.
Yeah,
like
there you
that,
go.
But anyway, I was thinking about pit stops along your way to places. And when I mean pit stops, I mean like somewhere, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, but like somewhere where you could pull over and like safely
Urinate?
yeah,
Not the place with the cricket tanks in the bathroom.
negative. No,
Coming out of Alabama.
no, I'm talking about somewhere that you can stop and take a piss on the side of the road and not.
Casey says every off ramp.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It's true.
and not
Every off-ramp.
go to jail for indecent exposure in the daylight. So, I was on my way home from Huntingburg, and I did not have a child. That's what it was. I had went to the grocery store, got a few things, and I was on my way back home. And
So between more for less and home, you had a
yes, yeah, like I didn't have to shit on the side of the road. I mean,
Right.
my eyes were floating, and I knew that it was like I'm not going to make it, and it was to the painful part. You know
Well,
what
you
I mean?
just run down to the park.
Well, no,
You
I
probably stopped at that cemetery.
negative.
like,
I don't pee in cemeteries. That's
Well,
terrible.
next to a cemetery.
No. So when you go, like, you turn right there by Mr. Hunefeld's on the old curvy road.
Oh, you turn left there, yeah?
Go by Steckler's Farm and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That first big bridge.
You know there's a state trooper lives
Yeah,
there.
he just right up the road there on the rock.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a long enough area.
Oh, you can see him coming?
Yes, like you got 3 different roads, and they all you can see forever. So like you just get out in front of that your car, and you just piss like on the road or off on the bridge or like off the bridge or wherever. But yet you can see if they're coming down the hill by Gogol's, if they're coming from the gravel road where the trooper lives, or if they're coming out of the woods up there
By the cemetery.
by the little cemetery that you were talking about. So like you got a big vantage point.
Yeah.
So for anybody listening here that's gonna bust me out for taking a piss, just leave me alone. And
Hey, fella's got to pee.
I don't make a habit of it, but sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go. And I know you've got a pretty healthy commute.
Yeah, I've got a few spots along the way.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
So when sometimes you forget to pee before leaving, and then it hits me about 231 and 64.
Oh yeah.
I've got a little turn off after that last bridge where that field seems like it's always underwater. There's like where the farmer goes into the field.
231 and 64. That would be like at Huck's in Huntingburg.
Yeah. So we're outside of town where you could turn right and go back to Wagner's.
Oh,
There's that
gotcha.
left
yes,
there.
Yes.
And then there's where the farmer goes into that field.
Yeah, buddy.
Sometimes I just pull in there because it looks natural.
On your way to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you get a little further along, up on 145, there's a couple little DNR pullouts up there, or DNR areas.
Oh, yeah, like public access
So you just
sites. Yeah.
pull over there and pee.
Look like you're going rabbit hunting, but
Public access site on Division, the PA there on the little Patoka. That's a place I've frequented for piss stops.
yeah.
Right there, kind of half.
So when I worked at the mine and I was at Francisco, I believe I was working at Francisco still. And not only when I was working at Francisco, but I was involved in a duck lease that was down in that going east on Highway 64. There used to be just past the Pikeville shortcut. There used to be like a little produce patch.
Yeah.
That sold like produce down there in the bottom. That was a good, like, after they quit selling like fruit and pumpkins and stuff, they just started farming it, but that like the lane was still there.
Yeah.
So you could get down off the highway far enough and get in the corner of that cornfield right there, and that was a good spot to shit. Because like you could pull your truck kind of at a triangular fashion to where you got your truck and then 2 cornfields in the corner, and you got a little spot there where you can just take a dump. I've done that before too.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's I've
Never
never.
shit on side of the road. Really?
He's a home shitter for sure.
Yeah.
That way he can clean his ears out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I've never had to shit on the road. I always just usually piss because usually I've drank half a pot of coffee before.
Oh yeah.
Before you
so-
leave?
Well, no, that's an exaggeration, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But you got to have those spots, and there's some that'll tell you like top of the hill, like if you're back roading somewhere and you really got to. Find you a good top of the hill spot where you can see what's coming.
Yeah,
or
you don't want
what's
to be at the
going.
bottom of the hill or just over it and get run over pissing.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be a wild deal.
Right spot.
But
How'd
yeah.
you get ran over?
Well,
Yeah,
stop and take
I was out checking some things, but no, those pit stops.
Yeah.
especially if you're a commuter.
Yeah.
Like I'm a commuter. You got a little bit of a commute, but not crazy.
Right.
But
You know, I don't think Jenna pulls over to piss. She's got a long commute.
Oh no, that women, but they've got nurse bladders,
Yeah, that's
and them some bitches are the size of a 55-gallon drum.
her commute's shorter than mine, which is wild to say.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm 50 plus miles.
Yeah, they're like what 40 cups.
Takes you about 45 or 50 minutes to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We got about 5 or 10 minutes longer.
That's wild, isn't it?
But you find those spots because they're important.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, I know it was going to be a short one, but that's all I was worried about.